Runway 29er. Runway 29er here. At the old McConnell Airfield. Here at the, what is now the golf course at Belmead. How do I summarize the summer here in Tennessee? Talk about the boys of summer. You know, kind of bittersweet. You know, um, I took off for the hills of Tennessee because after spending a year and a half with um, nurses in Connecticut, or shall I say, chicks with dicks in Connecticut, and then going to Fort Worth and spending, you know, more time with nurses in their homes, more chicks with the dicks. I wanted time to kind of reevaluate my masculinity, my manhood, kind of validate make sure I had a dick too. It's like, enough of the girls. Me too. It's like, yeah, hey, can you just take it out of my butt for a minute, dear? So I feel like I've done that, this summer in Tennessee in the hills and stuff. I sort of like, yeah, hey, you may be 60 years old, but you still got you still got some punch in the phallic power. Say, um, there's still you still got a pair, as the country song goes. But it's interesting, this runway here in, just aside next to the golf course here in Belmead. All summer long, I've been, young men, young women, coming down the runway here like a parade or a dog show. I mean, every woman seems to have a dog with her. The guys are, of course, all alone and by themselves, no dog next to them. It's no dog strapped to them, or them strapped to a dog, perhaps, is the better analogy. But yeah, and what's interesting is that a lot of these guys coming down here, I've noticed, like, whiter than, like, alabaster. They're like, they have no shirt on, but they're as white as ivory. And I'm like, it's like, I'm not sure, like, it's like August, it's the end of July, and these boys are like whiter than white. They're almost luminescent. It's like, what's going on here, guys? I asked my sister, who has two young boys of her own, one just starting college, the other in high school, I think, and she would not talk to me. It's like, what happened to the days the boys would spend out in, the fields and the hills and what happened, it's like, get into the neighborhood, get outside, it's, I'm still waiting for that email to get back to me. But, this whole sheltering in place, this whole, my home, my shelter, my mom. It's been repeated and repeated and repeated, and I think I've posted about this before. It becomes obnoxious. It becomes aggravating. And it doesn't matter whether you're a gay young man visiting grandma here in Belmead or Nashville, or an old gay man who lives over at St. Mary's campus over there. Just yonder, senior home there. It's all the same. It's like that. There's no sort of civility. There's no sort of brotherhood. There's no sort of family, sort of recognition. Like everything comes down to mom. It's like, all right, are we like adults, or do I have to home invade you, man? It's like, I'm not a moron. It's like, hey, what I gotta like force myself in your apartment and stuff to, it's like, can we be like adults? It's like, well, man, you stink. And it's like, oh, hey, what teenage girl at Burger King hasn't let me know that? So, and it gets trying. And the thing is, like, I don't want to live with you. It's like, I can't convince the young men of that. It's like, well, hey, dude, like, I know you're gay, I'll bet. And it's like, it'd be great if you want to stay with me. And it's like, no, I don't want to stay with you, boy. I don't want to meet your mother. It's like, a great song. I just saw Sam Hunt the other night at the Theater. Body Like a Back Road. I mean, hey, talk about a country song. He'll never have to work again in his life. But he also had another song called Take Your Time. And it's about a guy, who's like attracted to someone else. And, like this girl has like her whole cluster, of friends around her, just like the boys in the hood and stuff. They all have their little cluster, whether it's, other gay boys or, mommy and her, neighbors and stuff. And it's, and it's like, hey, can I break through all this crap to get to you? It's like, I don't want to join your party. I don't want to join your cluster. I just want to take your time. I don't want to meet your mother. Like, we don't have to go that far, And it's been like that. I mean, it's kind of the dark side of the boys of summer, but it's very, very, very real out there, on Charlotte over yonder, the Planet Fitness there. It's free for the most part, this summer. I mean, anybody can go in there and take a shower, like, you don't have to, sweat in the sun. You can go over there and, walk on the treadmill and, take a shower, which is the benefit I pay for. But anyways, and there have been countless gay young men there. And, it's like, I'm not a moron, and it's like, prime opportunity. But, and I'll step up for the dance and they just will not, it's like, and they may want to, but again, it comes down to, you're homeless. I'm willing to bet. And, I want to save you. You know, I want to rescue you, dog. So, why don't we go home and meet my mother? And, no! I just want to take your time, boy. All right, at the end of the summer here, at runway 29er at the golf course in Belmead, about ready to take off from Tennessee and head out to America one more time I hope, for winter as the fall approaches here. Currently in Tennessee.